Morning, everyone. We are starting today in the Red Slough, a low, swampy drainage area in far southeastern Oklahoma, which is home to quite a few unique species for the state. We got our usual, cottonmouths and king snakes and rat snakes and such out here. But it's also home to swamp snakes, mud snakes, amphiumas, sirens, and more. So we'll be walking around and we'll see what we can find. Looks like I've already found a few interesting irises over here.
I couldn't really tell you why, but for some reason irises in particular are a favorite of mine. The slough was definitely filled with all sorts of different wildflowers all over the place. A gorgeous area to walk through, although reptile life was a little bit on the slow side.
So just hanging on a piece of grass here within the trail. It's a little chrysalis of some kind. I don't think that's a monarch. I wouldn't be able to tell you what species it does belong to. That's cool. So right in this pipe here, there's a snapping turtle. An absolutely huge snapping turtle. And there he goes. Apparently I am just far enough south for fan palms to start growing. Yeah, look at that. Well, it's taken a little bit, but we finally got our first reptile of the day. They're these little brown skinks. Pretty guy who actually this time has his full tail on him. He was hiding under a little log over here. So we'll get a couple of photos and then put him back. Alright, dude, you were under here. Yeah, you know, huh? You're ready to go. Alright, it's taken a little while, but we've got one of the little cricket frogs here. I'll key it out and put up the ID for you guys. There have been quite a few of these that have been running around on the ground. And now before I get to them, they all go flying off into the water. This guy was a little bit slower, so I was able to get a quick look at him. But we'll get a couple of photos and then let him go back right where he was. And the first snake we've gotten any decent look at, and he's way out there now. Looks to be one of the plain-bellied water snakes. He's sitting out on the lily pads. There's no way I'm going to get to him out there though.
Yep, to my dismay, this species that I would not be able to catch on this trip was one that we hadn't seen yet on this particular trip. You can find other videos on my channel that feature this species a little more closely, but it's been a while since I've seen a really big size one like this. They're gorgeous animals with beautiful dark black bars that run across their back that form a chain link diamond-like shape down their back, and then bright yellowish bellies oftentimes.
Slightly foreboding sight. Turkey vultures on the observation deck. Seen a couple of the less familiar black variety recently too.
Beautiful as it was, though, the flow wasn't producing for me, so I had to keep moving. I started heading east, cruising down the roads, and...
well, it's not much, but it's a reptile. A little three-toed box turtle scooting along. Ooh, he's a pretty one, too. Hey, you. Look at those colors. Wow. Hi, handsome. Hold on. I want to get a look at ya. Hi. Look at that head. You are gorgeous. These guys are pretty common out in the forest down here. And this one seems to be not terribly shy about me, so I'm gonna try and get a couple of photos before he leaves.
Unfortunately, as soon as I really bent down to try and get photos, he kind of clammed up a little bit, but I got a little bit of his face. Gorgeous spots of red and orange with those really bright eyes, something that a lot of these guys do have, but they aren't all this beautiful.
We got another turtle. And we're gonna move off the side of the road because there's somebody coming. Yep. Hopefully they won't run him over. Alright, since he's probably not going to come out, I'll use this as a moment, sorry for the finger, to give a little teaching. You can see how he's got the front part of the plastron, the under part of his shell, folded up there. There's actually a hinge right at the base that you can see. And so that's why they are called box turtles, because they will actually fold up completely closed. Gotta be careful where I put my hands here, because there is poison ivy everywhere. There's been so much of it on this trip. Which, it's allergic reaction to people, but everything else doesn't care. So this guy will be just fine wandering right through it. I wish he would show himself again, because he had a beautiful orange spotted head once again, like the last one did. Finally, after all day, and there's a car coming, so I need to grab him. Come here, dude. Hey, you. Okay. Well, finally, after all day, and having just missed a slightly larger one back on the road, we found Ophiodrus aestivus, the rough green snake. It's a familiar face I haven't seen since last April in Kansas. These guys are quite common, but hard to find because, well, as you can see, they are this brilliant green color, very skinny, and so they disappear like a shot in the weeds where they tend to live, because they are semi-arboreal. And unlike a lot of snakes, these guys are insect eaters. So they don't go for lizards or rodents or anything like that. These guys are actually one of the few that will eat crickets and cicadas, grasshoppers, that sort of thing, mealworms. So they have a very, very high metabolism. And in fact, I think this guy grabbed something recently because he's got a bit of a lump in his belly. That doesn't look like injury type lump, at least, I hope not. But they are so tiny and so cute. They do get a fair bit bigger than this. They can get up to about 3 feet long. But so cute. And finally, it's been all day and we finally got a snake. Hello, sir. Checking out the camera. So we're going to get a couple of photos and then let him on his way.
Some people may get them gaping their mouths as a threat display, but I have yet to see that. All I get is these curious faces right in the camera lens. They are adorable animals, and again, the insect eaters, so you would think that would make them great pets because they're easy to feed, but in reality, that high metabolism means they also stress out easily, so they don't last in captivity.
Alright, sir. Thank you for keeping me from getting skunked. Let's get you off into the greenery, shall we? You gonna go right there? Okay. There you go. And away he goes, off into the bushes. Maybe hunting that spider that's right there. You can still see him. Something that's been really common out here, but I haven't bothered showing yet, is brambles of some sort, rubus species. So this is either wild dewberry or blackberry. I'm guessing the latter. You got group fruits like this that you find here in North America. They are generally edible. And after several more hours of driving, now this is the only guy we've seen. For some reason, not quite nighttime yet, but we've got another tarantula moving around in the top of a mountain here, if you can call it a mountain. It's quite a different environment up here. It's a lot drier than the lowlands, so not too surprising that this guy's finding it happy up here. Still hoping though that we'll be within the right area to find timber rattlesnakes, since it's relatively, it's humid out here, it's moist, it's the right temperature, the rains have moved on from last night, so things should be good. So fingers crossed. Well, there's a snake on the road. Where's my light? There's my light. It's not quite the species that I was hoping to see, but you know what? I will take anything at this point. As long as I can get my light out. There we go. Oh, thank you, sir, for showing up. Because you are beautiful. Look at that. Alright. Well, it's been a fat minute since we've been able to see any snakes. We got a beautiful eastern copperhead stretched out across the path here. Heading into a little bit of forest here, and it's just starting to go sundown. So they're coming out onto the roads. I'm hoping I'll see a couple of his relatives soon, since I'm just about to leave range. But if not, I'm glad at least we've got this guy to look at. He's not huge, he's only about 2 feet long, but that's about average for these guys. So we're gonna get a couple of photos and then get him off the road. Looks like he's making his own way across the road, which is good because there's a car coming. So we'll just let him be. Alright. And there he goes. There's a second one, people. Would you look at that? Oh, he's fat and gorgeous too. That's a big one. My goodness. Alright, we're gonna get the other light on and get some photos. Alright, this guy is not cooperating, but it's a big one. He's moving. Glad we've got a third though. And there's some idiot shooting out here. Alright, now he's set. And we can get a bit better look at him. Look at you, you have some gorgeous copper colors on you. Get a quick photo before you try and really run away.
I think out of the 4 eastern copperheads that I would see on this trip, this last one was my favorite. He was big and had some absolutely immaculate Hershey Kisses marks on his sides and gorgeous, truly copper, like brown colors. Like there's just enough red in there to really lighten him up, and the photos just don't do him justice either.
I know. I'm touching you. We're just gonna help you up over the ridge. No. Yeah, up over the ridge. Whoops, come on. You got it? You're just gonna fall again. Go on. Go on, over the ridge. You're okay. Keep going. There he goes. That is a gorgeous copper. Look at him. Keep going. Come on. I know. There you go. Now you're in the weeds. Oh my God. Look at you. Hi, handsome. You're okay. Hey, you're okay. Come here. Come here. Are you biting me? Hey, are you? You are biting. Don't bite. You're okay. Come here. Hold on. Wow. Look at you. Okay, well, things are definitely moving now. I can get this guy out into view. This is a big adult western rat snake, Pantherophis obsoletus, who is really in a hurry to get off the road, but we want to get a look at him first. He's about 4.5 feet long. They can get a fair bit bigger, but he's looking pretty good here. Whoop, come here, dude. You're not in any danger, don't worry. These guys have a pretty cantankerous attitude. He's been biting my shoe a little bit. Quite a bit more grumpy than like your familiar corn snake is. But they perform kind of the same function out here, controlling all the various rodent and bird populations. Anyway, we won't keep him too much longer, so we'll get a couple of photos and then let him go. Alright, since he's in a hurry, we're gonna just kind of let him go on his way up into the bushes here. And he's gonna disappear right up in there. So folks, we're finishing out the night. Had I known what I was about to go through, I would have just turned around and stayed in Ataka for a while, because in trying to outrun a huge storm, I ran straight into it. And I'm hoping to God that what I thought I ran over was a branch and not a snake in the process. Trying to get ahead of this thing, because, oh, it's nasty. There's like 6 or 7 cells coming through right where I was driving through that are all providing tornado watches. So I think I am beyond them now, but you can see the lightning is just constant all around me. I'm in this little bubble right now of calm. But, well, at least in terms of animal-wise, we finished the night off fairly strong with 2 copperheads and that big western rat. And tomorrow, it's going to be a drive across a bit more of the lowlands of Oklahoma. I'm hoping there will be a little less weather activity like this, that it'll kind of peter itself out, but we'll see. Fingers crossed that we'll find some good stuff in the process, though. But until then, as always, if you'd like to help support educational materials, consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/hcarlton. If you don't want to sign up for a monthly subscription type thing, even though members there do get exclusive benefits, early access to the videos, contests, and more. We also will take donations at coffee.com. The link for that will be in the description. Or buy things at the shop on my website, carltoncarnivores.com, where I have all the plants for sale. You can also access the database and the blog for informational stuff. If you can't support financially, consider just like, subscribe, share the videos, because attention to the channel helps. And as always, if you'd like to see more little tidbits here and there, videos and photos and so on, you can always find us on social media, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at Carlton Carnivores. But until next time, I'm Hawken Carlton. That is a really big storm out there, and this is Carlton Carnivores.